today I want to show you how to make the most of your Disneyland vacation. There's been a lot of changes recently and there's a lot of good tips I want to share with you. I've been to the parks over 100 times as someone who grew up in Southern California, and there's a lot of little things you should know if you want to make a big impact and change on your day here to maximize both your happiness and your money on your trip to Disneyland. I want to show you some insider little secrets and tidbits to follow.
First things first, you're going to need a ticket and a reservation to get in. This is a little different than the past. You just needed a ticket, but now you need to reserve a specific date that you'd like to go to the parks. Reservations tend to fill up fast, so don't make the mistake of buying a ticket and showing up to the gate thinking you can get a same-day reservation. The parks are so popular now, you'll really want to reserve that in advance. As well, you can tend to find cheaper tickets during the weekdays and on off seasons. There's a calendar that shows the price of the tickets. It will definitely be more expensive near popular holidays like Halloween or Christmas especially. If you live in SoCal, multi-day tickets are an especially good value. Now there are some ticket add-ons. You probably heard of Genie Plus. That's the new Fast Pass, but you have to pay for it. So it's around $25 per person, depending on the day, and this allows you to reserve a ride that you like to go on in the lightning lane. So this is a lane that goes a lot faster than the normal lines, and you also get unlimited PhotoPass photos with it. Now if you're going to get and pay for a Genie Plus, I recommend getting it if you're really starting the day early at the Disney parks, because you can only reserve like one ride per hour, and sometimes the reservations run out, so you just want to be on top of your game and get there early and start reserving things. As well, you could pay for individual lightning lanes for big attractions like Rise of the Resistance or Runaway Railway separately, and these are $20 to $25 per ride, so this does not include the other rides. Sometimes this could be worth it if you really want to ride Rise of the Resistance. However, this can add up to a lot when you have a lot of people in your party, so it might be good to just try to get to Disneyland at rope drop, which is really early in the morning, and just speed walk your way over to Rise of the Resistance. Try to save some of that money.
Pretty excited to see the new menu offerings at Tiana's Palace. Brand new, it just opened up here at Disneyland Resort, and it's going to go along with the retheme of Splash Mountain. So behind me now is a mobile pickup order. Mobile order pickup window, and that's a really good thing to do now. You can order within the app, and during lunchtime lines can get really long for restaurants. We're talking like 30-40 minutes, especially the kind of TikTok famous entrees and things that you really want to try. You want to mobile order them within the app first, and you pick out like a time you can come to pick up your food, a window, and then when you get here, your food is ready to go and you don't have to wait in long lines.
Mobile ordering is like a food fast pass. You can just skip the line, and it tends to go really quickly, so sometimes you'll see the long line. Just pull up your phone, see if there's a window available right then, because I've gotten to skip lines that way, just mobile ordering right in the moment instead. One thing I love to do when coming to Disneyland is I love to split entrees, because I really like to try all the different kinds of foods. To me, it doesn't really matter the quantity, it's more about having the experience and getting to taste all the different foods. One of my biggest tips for bread lovers is to go to the Boudin factory and get a baguette in California Adventure, and then eat it with whatever you're going to eat throughout the day at the parks.
It's really pretty in here, this is beautiful.
I'm going with people.
Here's another saving tip for you. Now, at the parks, there are bottles of water available, and they're around $5 or $6 a bottle, which is pretty pricey. I don't like to pay for water anywhere except Europe. So you can go into any restaurant, and even quick service restaurants, they'll usually have cups of tap water available, so you could just ask a cast member for a cup of tap water or some ice. You can also bring your own water bottles into the parks as well, and there are a few filtered stations throughout the park, and there's usually nice and cold water in there as well. While they are milking these beignets, I will say another cool tip. Bring a Ziploc bag or some Tupperware. I almost always forget this, and I'm like, why did I forget my Ziploc bags? But usually I have big leftovers, like when I get a bread bowl, I get the soup on the side so I could just eat the bread throughout the day. But sometimes I just have to put it in like a random Disney shopping bag, which I feel like might not be food safe. So just bring the little Tupperware. You never know when you're going to need it. And also, you can just fill that with snacks before you come, and then throughout the day eat your snacks, and you can put your leftovers in the Tupperware and nosh on some bread throughout the day. As you can see, there's a very wide variety of selections at almost all of the restaurants at Disneyland, and there are usually options for people with gluten allergies or people who do not eat meat. You just also, like if you make a restaurant reservation, want to note that in your reservation that you have an allergy, and usually they will ask you as well, the cast members, at a sit-down place, if you have any allergies so that they could be aware of it, and they're usually very good about making sure everything is safe for you to eat and to accommodate your needs. We got the 7 greens gumbo, which looks as healthy as it sounds. It had so many different vegetables in this. This looks good to me, but I can't tell if you eat a lot of me. It probably like maybe it looks like like rabbit food to you. But I also ate at Club 33 once. If you want to see that video, I'll link it here.
It tastes better than it looks.
I feel like part of the Disney experience is getting food there and getting to try the different foods and the different fun lands, but it's also fun to supplement it, so we brought some salad as well to eat with our 7 greens gumbo to make it, I guess, 8 greens gumbo. And it was really cute because they actually had Tiana, the character, walking around here, which usually is an experience you have to like wait in line for, so I thought that was really nice for the kids to see.
Overall review of Tiana's Palace from the one dish that we tried. It was good. They offer a lot of fresh foods. Like I've never seen garlic before in a meal at Disneyland, like sliced like that, as well as okra and roasted sweet potatoes. So it's almost like a more upscale option with fresher ingredients. I really like that they have a vegetarian option as well. I'm trying to be more plant-based, so that's good. Yeah, I would rate it like in maybe a 7 out of 10. It was good. It was very salty. I like the seasoning though. One thing I will note is it's a little bit more expensive than the other soup options here. The bread bowl here is around like $11 to $12, and that soup was like $15.50. But it doesn't come with bread bowl or like any sides or anything like that. It's just you can tell there are higher quality ingredients. So it's definitely a trade-off. Also, the fun thing is they have Tiana around, so like character meet and greet, and sometimes they also have live jazz as well, so it's just a fun atmosphere to sit in, and I think that's definitely a perk of that restaurant. So Disneyland allows you to bring any kind of outside food in, I mean, except like alcoholic beverages or something like that. But yeah, you could bring outside food, you could bring medium to small coolers, and it's really helpful because anytime, I'm a snack pack person, so anytime I have to pack, I pack a snack. And Disneyland is no exception. If anything, I go harder. So today I brought some popcorn and some granola. We brought that salad from earlier. It's great to just bring your own food to like tide you over, especially if like you want to save a little bit of money and you know like the common snacks here like popcorn, or you know that you're gonna want like some gummy bears later or a Coca-Cola. You can save like $6, $5 by just bringing your own variations. And then we love getting food here. I love getting hot food here instead of snacks. So it's definitely a fun little hack to bring your own stuff and save a bit of money.
I think the ice cream at Disneyland has some of the best value in the park. You can get great sundaes at Gibson Grill, and these are great big splittable sundaes, and these bars as well are around $5, and I think that's totally worth it. They're very delicious. We also ate at Jolly Holiday, and I just had a little bit of soup and some breadstick. I really recommend pre-ordering, mobile ordering for Jolly Holiday. It gets very busy, and they have a quesadilla grilled cheese sandwich, and that's why the line gets very long, like up to an hour long. With the Disneyland app becoming a new and integrated part of your day at Disneyland, you will be on your gadgets and gizmos aplenty, so you do want to keep them charged. I recommend bringing a mobile power bank, and the one I recommend is the fuel rod. This isn't sponsored, but Disney, they have these fuel rod machines, and they tend to be cheaper if you actually buy them in advance on Amazon. I think you can get a 2-pack for the price of what you can get one external battery for in the parks. But what you can do is once you run out of battery, you could just go into one of the main gift shops, go to the fuel rod station, and you can just swap it out. So your battery that's drained, you can swap out for a brand new fuel rod, and it will be fully charged and ready to go. And I think this is really nice because you don't have to worry about charging your portable charger. It's there and ready, and you know that there's always a good backup. So if you use your phone like I do to capture a lot of memories at Disneyland, or you just need it in general to survive, definitely bring some kind of portable charger.
A really fun thing to do here at Disneyland is pin trade.
Keeping right on track, a great way to get a fun souvenir that you actually get to participate and interact with is to pin trade. I have a whole video here on how to pin trade for beginners that you could check out after this one, but I absolutely love pin trading and it's super fun. In that video linked below, I have more information on where and how to buy pins and how to trade pins. There are some really fun interactive things that you could do with the cast members, and you could find some really cool and cute souvenirs this way. Another really cool thing to note about souvenirs is, say you or your kid find something they really love, but it's early in the day and you don't want to walk around with a weighted Stitch plushie. I mean, talk about just having sore arms all day. So what you could actually do is ask the employees to please save the item for you in the store, and then when you're ready at night you can come back. Your feet will probably be sore, your whole body will probably be sore by this point at like 12. That's how you know you did the Disney day well, but you could come back and pick up your stuff and be on your merry way, so you don't have to carry that around all day. This is called the package check service, and they have it at a few of the main stores in Disneyland: the Disneyland Resort Stroller Shop, the Alliance & Company in California Adventure, Pioneer Mercantile at Disneyland Park, Point Royale at Disneyland Park, and the Star Trader at Disneyland Park. And if you're staying in one of the hotels, you can actually get your souvenirs sent to the Disney hotel itself. Now let's hop on over to the other park and talk about park hopping. If you have a park hopper ticket, this means you can go to both Disneyland and Disneyland California Adventure for an extra fee, and also you can start moving to whatever other park you picked at 11 a.m. That's the transfer time. Now, personally, if you only have one day in California and you want to see Avengers Campus and you want to see Star Wars Land, I say go for this park hopper and have a plan for what you want to get done that day and see. I do think that there are enough things to do in either park to fill up an entire day. So if you have multiple days to spend at the parks, I would just do one park one day and one park the other day. They both have great nighttime shows, especially on the weekends when there are fireworks at Disneyland. And on the weekdays, they always have the World of Color at California Adventure. So there's plenty of stuff to do here from the very early morning until the nighttime. And everything here leads full circle. I am back to buy a baguette here. One of my money-saving, fun-loving tips here is to just get a good old baguette and some bread and butter.
If you're planning to stay late in the parks, make sure to wear layers. Anaheim gets really hot right in the middle of the day, but then the temperatures actually drop back down during the nighttime, so make sure to check your weather app. It does get pretty chilly here. I know a lot of tourists are used to LA being super hot all the time, and then by the time it becomes night, no one has a sweater, so make sure to be prepared and pack some layers. If you're trying to ride Rise of the Resistance, which is one of the best and most complicated technologically rides here, it's absolutely an amazing experience. But if you're trying to ride it, please note that it's actually going to close early. It's going to close around the same time as the fireworks show. So I've made that mistake before with friends. We said, oh, we'll come back later, and it was closed. So make sure to try to get in line before the closing time of that day. An awesome thing about Galaxy's Edge is that the characters here will be walking around. It's a very interactive land, so there's not as many meet and greets where you just like go and wait in a line. You'll actually see like the Mandalorian or Ahsoka walking around, and you can just politely ask to take a photo, and they'll usually they'll oblige, or they'll be walking like the stormtroopers, and you just kind of have to sneak a photo in there, like a action shot. So it's really cool.
green. I'm seeing them now. Copy that.
If you wanted to get reservations for somewhere like Oga's Cantina, which is a really cool immersive bar in Galaxy's Edge, or just restaurant reservations for any restaurant in general at Disneyland, and you weren't able to snag them in advance because they do run out quickly, I recommend definitely going up and asking if they have any walk-ins available. Sometimes there will be lots of walk-ins available for Oga's Cantina, especially during the day when people really aren't like day drinking. So you can go in at sometimes weird times, or they'll tell you like maybe come back in an hour and we'll have spots for you. And this is a great way to go to very in-demand spots that the reservations are filled before, you know, the 60 days of time you had to make the reservation. If you're anything like me, you just love to have a nice, good plan to get the most out of your day at Disneyland.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, and I hope you enjoy your travels. Have a safe and fun trip, and stay sweet.